So in terms of your like demo video, would love to. What do you think about this? And we can definitely like adjust it and everything, you know. So I was thinking like we would start with you know, you're saying your name, your occupation, and this could be like your cheat sheet, you know, just to kind of keep you on track and everything. But you know, we maybe start with like, you know, your name, your like the little intro thing, you know, where kind of like what I was mentioning before about how like we want to like the attention getter is like, okay, yeah, I'm living the dream, right? You know, and then it's like you take them for a turn where you're like, but I still have struggles, you know, and you talk about your struggles, and then you talk about how this is basically like this is how I'm overcoming these struggles, you know, because it's like. The first, so I see it as kind of like a three-part thing, right? The introduction is like, yeah, I'm living the dream. That's the attention getter. That's what's going to really impress, though. It's going to give you credibility too. It's going to show the audience that, okay, well, yeah, this is someone that I want to listen to, because obviously this person is successful because she's enjoying her life, she's living her dream, all that, right? And then when you take them for that turn and say, well, but also, you know, I still have struggles. That piece, that part of it is where you really get the audience to connect with you. Because when people are listening to stuff, they always are running their lives parallel to whatever the person is saying. And so, you know, the goal is to have the audience see themselves in your story, you know? So that's when you're talking about, oh, but you know, I still have struggles, and you talk about your struggles, you want the audience to be able to have a reaction where they're thinking, wow, me too. You know, I really get this person, you know? It's just so real. Like there's a saying in public speaking where it says, you know, something like, it's like, people will like you if they understand you, but they'll love you if they see that you understand them. Okay. See? Okay. So it's like, okay, yeah, people understand you, but that part where you talk about your struggles, it's like, it's going to show, you being transparent about your struggles, it's going to show them that you're not different from them. And that they can relate and everything, right? So okay, so you have that connection point. That's a huge part, right? Where you're like talking about your struggles, and then you know they relate. Like the thing about the height thing, that's gonna grab a lot of people and all that, right? So you have that, and then the last part is where you talk about here's how I'm overcoming it, and that's the inspirational part, because now it's like, wow, okay, yeah, I can do the same, and this is my strategy for overcoming. So. How do you feel about that? I mean, but you know, that's just one idea. We can all definitely, you know, tailor it.
I mean, I think I like it. I mean, if you like it, I think it's fine.
Well, how are we
you're the
do
one
it?
that
I got you, right.
Yeah.
I have a lot of experience.
You have
with
experience,
it.
yeah. But I like the outline of it, and like saying, you know, who I am, where I come from, because I was gonna relate, because you said there's a lot of Salvadorians
in certain schools, right? Especially Einstein High School.
So say where I'm coming from and all the cool things that I'm doing, and I'm traveling, I'm working with big brands, and you know, all the lights and the makeup. And then, you know, talk about serious stuff, you know, which is like the insecurities, comparison, the stress, rejection. And then, you know, give them some like hope with
Can I give them a blueprint on how you are dealing with it, right? Exactly, like how you're overcoming it.
Because I mean, I remember how you're in high school, you know, you want to be the cool kid, or be friends with the cool kid, and if girls are doing something, then you want to do it too, and it's very like, I don't know, like this fronting, you know, that your parents bought you the coolest bag, or that you're going on a trip, and then when you leave high school, you realize that it didn't really matter.
True.
Yeah. So are we doing this like all like in one take?
That's what I'm thinking. And I can edit, and we can do it different times. The key thing is to be natural though too, right? Okay. So you have your outline of your talking points, right? That kind of gives you the structure of the flow of it, but you can just be natural and just be like talking, you know, and just like, you know, talking from the heart. But yeah, that would be the flow. So it seems like the name and occupation part and living my dream, right? That's pretty easy for you, right? You just kind of just talk about that, right? And then this part where you're talking about, but I still struggle or whatever, or however you want to put it, what would be the things, I mean, do you want to just have it like that, or do you want to even restructure the flow of it?
I think it's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay. And of course you're going to talk about the height thing and all that, and all that ends up being there. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. So you talk that. And then this part here, here's how I'm overcoming. Now, here's another big thing about motivational speaking. When possible, it's really, really effective when you can give people numbered lists. Okay. So like, you might want to say, well, you know what, I want to share with you 3 things, or 4 things, or 5 things, or whatever. Because it's just when you number it, it helps people in their mind to organize your information into different segments. And also too, it helps them to remember it. If you number it, it's going to help them to remember it. And a lot of times, viewers will even take notes and everything. So what would be, and a lot of times you want to use catchphrases, right? Like catchy phrases. And then you might want to even use some of these, or we can come up with some more stuff or whatever. But so like, when you talk about, okay, here's how I'm overcoming it, or here's how I'm dealing with it, or however you want to say it, you want to say, you want to work into it where you say, like a certain number of things. It could be 3, I would say anywhere between 3 to 5 things. So for example, suppose if you did like 3, what would they be, Like what would be... You mean like the catchphrase? Like the catchphrase, yeah. So like if you wanted to talk about the gratitude, we could do something like, gratitude is the best attitude, or something like that. I know it could sound a little cheesy. Yeah, it does. It does. But it's rememberable, though. It's rememberable,
I don't know. I know, like, the false certain people would be like, comparison is the thief of joy.
Bingo. Love that. Yes, that's right. That's right. That's good.
But then in terms of like gratitude and affirmations, like I don't know.
Or that's fine. We could comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So, what would be another catchphrase? About anything. I mean, about however you want. I mean, even too, you can even use some of this stuff. Like you talk a lot about the numbers game thing. You could even use something like every no brings you closer to a yes, or it's a numbers game, or however you want to say it.
But but that does apply to like my journey and stuff, but it doesn't apply to gratitude or affirmation.
Yeah. No, okay. So this was just a rough draft that I put through. This stuff, like we definitely don't need to follow this. We can do whatever. Yeah, whatever. It could. Okay. Even the thing about the process is the prize, and about loving the process, or even about. Don't let anyone talk you out of your dream, Like all this stuff really, I've seen that in your story, so.
Maybe like it's a numbers game, because I really like believe in that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. All right. And then at least one more. Like, didn't we talk about something? Like, didn't we on the phone? Didn't we come up with some more catchphrases? No,
I don't think so.
No. Oh, okay, no.
I think it was just like that one. The comparison to Super Joy was that one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no. I have one that I say all the time. It's like, even when you think you can't, you still should try.
I like it. Okay.
Because I've gotten work that I never thought I could get. Like, for example, like I really like my hands, but I never thought there would be hand metal material. When growing up, my brother will always make fun of me because I used to be a gymnast. So I had calluses, and I have like the ones that actually pop. What's the name of those? calluses are the ones that are like
white,
like the ones that like it's lines. Like the bubble in the skin. Ooh. And it pops and it's
pimples. No. But it comes from like molds. Like I mean,
no. It's like you know, I don't know. Like, do you know, like if have you ever worked on pull-ups without any gloves on, and then you start getting like this?
It's like red. It's like a redness maybe, or
so
it's like a bump.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bump. But if you keep doing it, eventually your skin is gonna really, really like extremely hurt, and it's gonna have this bubble. And the bubbles either going to be of water or of blood.
Ooh, okay.
So when you're a gymnast, you get those. So I remember my brother will always make fun of, because he's my brother, you know.
Right.
He'll always make fun of me. He'll be like, ew, like you're never going to have a boyfriend because he's going to want to grab your like nasty hands. And then you know I moved here and I started working out, you know, and I work out and I lift weights. So my
you use gloves when you lift weights?
I just use one thing that's kind of like a glove, but it just covers like right here, and it's just for like I just use it for like pull-ups, because like it's just too much work to have it and then lift weights. But yeah, so I really don't use any type of protection with my hands. So my dad's always like, oh, like your hands are, you know, like he doesn't like say it like that, but he's kind of like, your hands are not that great. You know, like he was like touching like this, like the other day, and be like, oh, that's thick, like it shouldn't be thick.
Really?
Yeah, or like I remember the very first time I was like, Dad, like I'm gonna be submitted for like a hand modeling job, like can you take a photo of me? And then he took a photo, and then he was like, well, I wouldn't hire you. So, that's you know, so I always thought, you know, like with those comments, you know, I was like, well, you know, I guess my hands are not that good. Right. And this year I've gotten like a good amount of work with hand modeling.
Wow.
Like just my hands.
Wow.
Yeah. Like thousands of dollars.
Really?
Yeah, just my hands.
So do you think that maybe it gave you, like, what you went through is giving you the advantage, or you think it's just a coincidence? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel? I mean, like, do you feel like your hands are actually different, or do you think your dad was just playing with you, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think my dad was being too harsh. I think he was. He always wants me, you know, to be the best, and I think he was just setting my hands to a standard of what he sees on the media and what he sees in photos and what he sees on like videos. Gotcha. But when you know, on my point of view, like it's okay, yeah, definitely you have to take care of your hands if you want to do hand models and stuff. But also I realize how lighting. Just lighting on a photo makes a huge difference on how people's skin look and how people look. So then I think about that, and then I think about the editing part of it, you know, like, so I'm like, okay, you know, like maybe my hands are not like the best looking hands, but at the same time,
you're making it work. That's amazing. So that there's another inspirational, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I'm not kidding. It was like literally this year, like I got like a good amount of work, like thousands of dollars just on my hands.
Wow.
And it's something that I like, cause you know, like I look up to my dad, like listen to him, you know, I pay attention to what he says, you know, and the comments that him and my brother will make up my hands, be like, okay, you know, maybe like I'm not for this, you know, but then now I'm realizing like it doesn't matter.
Wow.
Like at the end of the day, they're not the ones that are making the decisions.
Exactly right.
It's the casting directors, it's the client. They're like, oh, we like her hands.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's right. And I guess each casting director has a different outlook, right?
Yeah. It's just like that's why you cannot take it personal too, because they're looking for something very, very specific, and sometimes it's sometimes it's your skin color, sometimes it's your hair type, sometimes it's like the way that you smile, sometimes like it's sometimes they're looking for a very specific skin tone. Like even though like you are close to that skin tone, there's another girl that's exactly the skin tone they were looking for, so she gets the job and you didn't get it, and then you feel like you're not good enough.
Right.
And then but you have to realize that it's not because you're not good enough, it's just because she fit that specific requirement better than you did, and then you're gonna fit a better requirement in some other job. Like she's not gonna fit it.
This is awesome. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a quote that says like, "What God has for you is for you, so you don't have to chase it really.
Yeah.
Of course, we have to prepare for it, and you know how like success is when preparation meets opportunity, but we don't have to like stress over it and everything, right? Which is what you're saying. It's like God has what God has for us is for us, and so we don't have to worry about it. We just have to keep doing what we're doing.
Like keep your head down and just not care about what other people are doing. And it's hard. It's really hard, especially with social media. It's hard to see your friends, or when modeling, it's hard to see my model friends booking a job that I also got submitted for, and they got it and I didn't get it. But then I have to realize that that's a great opportunity for them, and I should be happy for them, you know. And if my friends are doing great things, that means I'm also doing great things, because you're the average of the people that you.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Of your friends and your like circle of friends. So I'm really like trying to like, okay, she got that job, great for her. You know, I get jobs too, and they don't get it. You know, like everybody has their opportunities, and I realized too that I can't do everything.
That's right.
Like I've lost jobs because I already had another one the same day. That makes me realize that another person got a job too, and I just can't do everything. I cannot go to every audition. I cannot go to every casting call. I cannot book every single gig. Like it's impossible, you know.
You're right.
So everybody has their things that they will be able to book and the things that they won't be able to book, and everybody's their own journey. And like I'm doing different things that my model friends are doing. Like they're not doing exactly what I'm doing. So you do need to keep your head down and just focus on what you're doing and how you're doing it, and not care that this person is making it, this person got signed here, this person is working with this big brand that you wish you would be working for. Like the other day, like I lost a job because of my height, and my friend got the gig. She doesn't know that she got it instead of me, but I'm happy that she got it, you know. At least she got the gig, and not, you know, and it's my friend, but you know, it happens, you know, like.
It wasn't meant to be. That particular thing wasn't meant to be, right? But there's something better, you know? You know, they say, like, you know, good things fall apart so that better things can come together, you know, and everything, right? So it's like, what's meant to be is going to happen. And the whole thing, like I was saying, what God has for you is for you, you know?
But it's like, obviously it's tough.
I know.
It's tough.
It's tough when you're going through it, but later on,
you realize,
when you look back and you realize that, wow, I'm so glad that didn't work out because this better thing came along, you know?
Totally. And when you look back, you're like, wow, why did I get stressed about that if things work out so well?
Exactly right.
So that's you know, like 2 years later, like I'm realizing that, and that's why I'm trying literally like that like my New Year resolution, instead of, you know, being, I don't know, like going to the gym, or like usually what people like do, I was like stop stressing.
So that
was like mine. I'm really trying. It's hard for me, but it's all about all the things that I'm telling you about. Like keep your head down, and like don't look about anybody else, and like comparison is a thief of joy, and it's a numbers game, and like even when you think you can't do it, still try. Like all those things are like the basis of my thinking, I guess.
Yes. And in your post, I realized that I sensed that level of faith that you have, you know, everything, you know. So, what, are you Christian, or what's?
I'm Catholic.
Catholic, okay, So, spirituality is the major role, like it is for me as well, you know. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So, do you like what's your like habits regarding spirituality? Like do you have like a daily routine, like what are, I guess, church attendance is one of the things, but even like from a day-to-day type of thing, like
day-to-day type of thing is like so I realize that a lot of people that are successful practice gratitude, and they like maybe they journal, or they just wake up in the morning and they start like mentioning all the things that they're grateful for. And the way that I was raised is that, you know, you pray in the morning and you first say what you're thankful for, and then you ask God for what you want. So I thought, like, you know, people believe in the law of attraction, and they believe in you know, like, you know, tell the universe what you want, and it'll come back to you. So I'm kind of trying to subscribe it to like religion,
exactly,
you know, and I'm doing what I was taught back then when I was like younger, but I never actually like I would do it because, you know, you have to, kind of like you have to do it.
Tradition.
You do the tradition, nothing, you know, but I never thought how valuable it would be to my life, if that makes sense. And now I realized that, you know, all these successful people, you know, what they did is that, you know, they are saying all the things they're grateful for, and then they're saying all the things that they want to achieve in life, and eventually, you know, they get it, you know, they achieve it, and they're really happy, you know. So what I do is that when I pray in the morning, you know, I'm actually conscious about telling God all the things I'm grateful for, and I get distracted really easily, so I have to set a number. So I say I'm gonna 10 things. So I tell God every morning 10 things. Sometimes it's the same things. Other times it's like something similar that I realize. You know, I thank you God that I can breathe today. You know, things like that. So I tell, you know, so I pray, I tell God 10 things that I'm grateful for that He has given me, my life and my family. And then I ask Him, you know, please give me more job. Please get me signed to more agencies. And, you know, obviously, you know, I pray for my family and, you know, health and things like that. And so that's what I do.
I love that. And like you mentioned, a lot of people follow a tradition, but it's not real. It's not like a relationship. You know, that's good that you have like a real relationship where you're praying to God and it's sincere. It's not like you're just rambling off like preset prayers. You know, it's like a conversation that you're having with God. You know, so that's awesome. And I imagine that really keeps you grounded. And I guess that also too is one of the things that helps you to stay so humble, because you know what I sense from you too is that you're very down to earth and like humble. You know, like a lot of models seem to be a little arrogant, kind of like have a vibe. And then of course, and I'm not judging them, but and of course a lot of times there's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. You know, sometimes it's just the person's very confident and they come across as being arrogant, and also sometimes it's like they actually think they're better than other people. You know, and everything. But I sense that you're very attractive, but yet you're still so down to earth and everything. You know, so I imagine spirituality helps you to like stay so.
I mean, I don't know what it is, to be honest. Like, I couldn't pinpoint. I feel like it's just like my personality, and I've never like, you know, obviously like, I don't know. I feel like it's a balance. You know, I do think I'm great and I'm super talented. You know, but at the same time, I feel like I'm just another person in the world, you know.
True, and it can all be gone so quickly, right? You know, everything.
Like one day I can, you know, a car could crash, you know, and I could lose, you know, my face. True. It's all about, you know, having that balance that you can, you know, you literally could lose everything one day, you know, and you're not like, I really try to not think that. Oh, my worth is maybe all my looks.
Right.
Like, you can't.
That's deep. And that's hard because the culture sends that message to young girls, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like the beautiful girls, you know, get celebrated and everything. Like the Instagram photos and all that, right? And everything.
And it does make you feel like, oh, maybe if I do that too, I'll get the attention and I'll get the followers, and maybe I'll finally, you know, break into the industry because I have like 100,000 followers because I'm showing like skin, you know. And then you realize that you just have to be you, and you will attract the right kind of people, you know. So that's why like on my Instagram, I'm really showing just like selfies and just like regular photos of my phone, and not like this edited, you know, Photoshop photos, because that's me, you know. And the message that I'm trying to tell girls is to be them and to accept their flaws. So it doesn't make sense for me to be self-aware of like, oh, this selfie doesn't look great, I'm not gonna post it. But then I'm like, no, like I'm gonna post a selfie with this pimple because there's another girl out there that has skin issues, that she feels self-conscious, so maybe my post is gonna make her feel better about, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you want to add something like that on this one about like the whole thing about embracing who you are or being who you are or whatever? Or does it fit with maybe I guess under the comparison you might touch upon that, right?
Maybe.
Right, rather than compare, because I guess I see it kind of relates to that, right? Instead of comparing yourself, just really be happy with who you are, but of course constantly grow to become the best version of yourself, something like that. Okay. So
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. All right. And of course, this is just a starting point, right? And I'm sure that, and what you're going to find too, after every presentation you do, you're going to come up with new ideas on how to tweak it and everything.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
It's always a work in process.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, I accepted like this. It's a challenge. I accepted this challenge because I thought, you know, like it would just be a great life experience.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
It's just and I realized like every time I get offered a great opportunity, even if I am scared of saying yes. I still say yes, and I'm just like, okay, I'll figure out like eventually, you know, maybe it's gonna go horrible, but but I'm gonna regret it more if I don't do it. So that's how I've done like many things, you know, especially traveling on my own.
Wow, you step outside of your comfort zone.
Like they you know they're like, hey, do you want to come here to Ohio? And I've never been to Ohio. I'm like, you want to come here to Ohio to shoot for this brand? And I'm like, yeah, and I have no idea how far it is, like where I'm gonna stay, like how much I'm gonna pay, like
Wow. Well, speaking on that though, when they offer you the job and they offer you the pay, don't you have to kind of double check the travel costs to make sure that it's worth it? Because I can imagine travel costs can be very expensive.
Yeah. I mean, like for like if it's like along like the East Coast, like it's pretty easy to drive. And modeling pays really well. Like one gig pays really well. So even if I had to pay for gas and tolls and
hotel,
like I'll still make a good amount of money. So yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Good.
But I'm definitely like one of those people that are really hustling for it because when I meet other models and they're local to wherever they're at, and I tell them, oh yeah, I came all the way from Maryland. They're like, what? You came all the way from Maryland? No way. And sometimes I go just for the day, like literally go do the shoot and then go all the way back home. And they're like, and you're not staying? You're not getting paid for a hotel? Wow. And, you know, I do my best to like lower my costs as much as possible. You know, for me it's a business trip. So it's literally just go in, do my job, and then leave as fast as possible. Because the faster I leave, that means less money on food, less money on hotel. Like last week, I think it was, I went to New York twice, in 3 days.
Did you drive or take the train?
I took the bus.
To the bus.
Yeah. And
how much is it? It's like the China bus.
It depends where you take it, but if you take Megabus.
Megabus, okay.
It could be as cheap as $30.
Wow, round trip. Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like.
But 2 times you went up there, huh?
In 3 days.
In 3 days, wow.
Yeah.
Just the time too. Is this like 3 hours, 4 hours?
3 hours. I mean, if you live in Baltimore, it's 3 hours. So I drive an hour to Baltimore. I take the bus, go all the way to New York, do like my casting or my shoot, whatever, and then depending what time I'm done, usually I'm done like early in the day, I take the bus back, and then I drive back home.
You are hustling. You are hustling. Well, tell me this though. I mean, I've heard that some people have had bad experiences though on the bus, and so like I've heard that some people prefer to either like fly or the train. Have you had any like bad, uncomfortable experiences on the bus?
Not really. Megabus, I feel like you get what you pay for.
Okay, right.
So sometimes the bus is, you know, a little late.
Okay.
Or sometimes it's very, very late.
Wow.
Like it hasn't happened to me yet, but my dad, he took it too like 2 weeks ago, and he was like an hour and like 15 minutes late.
Wow.
Something like that.
Okay.
And so far so good. Like it hasn't happened to me, but the only uncomfortable thing honestly is like going to the bathroom in the bus.
Oh, right.
You know?
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
But if you pay for a more expensive bus, like the bathroom situation's way better, you know. But
wow. But yeah, you are hustling. Wow, traveling like that and everything.
Yeah.
Wow. How often are you traveling, would you say? Per month, would you say?
Per month? I was maybe like once a week at least.
Wow.
Maybe. But it depends, you know. Some months are busier than others. Like last week, it was 2 times in 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends. Like once a week maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. I either have to go to New York 1 week, and then the other one I have to go to like Pittsburgh, and then the other one maybe Richmond, Virginia, and then the other one maybe, you know, again to New York.
Wow.
But it depends. Like yeah.
That's exciting. That's really exciting. And it's awesome how you're kind of documenting it through social media even, right?
Yeah. I'm doing the whole documenting process.
Yeah. Love it. Yeah. All right. So what would you, which, for the purpose of this first video, and we'll do more, of course, and everything, and as your presentation expands, it'll be a lot more content. But in terms of your first video, there's a lot you can choose from. But what do you want to go with? Like, definitely the comparison is the Thief of Joy.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I do want to do that, and I really want to do, like, even when you think you can, you should still try.
Excellent.
And then we could do. Let's see. Maybe it's a numbers game too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you want to, in terms of like having a cheat sheet, right? Do you want to like write out some stuff like in the marker or?
Maybe on the same page. Cause
on the same page?
Here.
Yeah, you want to do that? Okay, that's fine.
And we'll scratch this one out. Let's see. Yeah, this one, like, when you think you can, you should still try. It's the same saying that says, whatever you think you can or you cannot, you're right.
You're right. I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so now in terms of like the video, so you're just gonna have it like right here, and you can kind of glance down at it or whatever to kind of keep you, Okay. All right, cool. All right, so I'll start it with like a little bit of an intro, kind of just say, hey, I'm here with it's Andrea, not Andrea.
Andrea, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's Andrea in Spanish, but I don't, yeah. Do you want to like maybe set the timer right here just so I don't go over like way too long?
Okay, but I mean, even if, but at the same time, if you go over, we can always edit it. And also too, even if it ends up being 4 minutes, it might be good to, what I'm saying? Like, I would say, like, let's do it naturally, and then whatever it is, it is. Now, of course, your Instagram, though, I guess has that 1 minute. But then you said
No. If you post it as IGT video, it's going to post a preview of a minute on your feed.
Okay.
And then if the person wants to continue watching it, like, it's going to tell you continue watching it, and he's going to click there, and it's going to, like...
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So you can post as long as, I don't know what's the limit, but it's like way past 20 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Not 100% sure, but at least under 20, you can post a video on Instagram.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, with IGTV.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right. So, let's see. You know what? Because of that light, the daylight coming in, maybe. All right. Maybe we should switch places.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah.
Like,
no. I mean, if you sit over there where I was sitting.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. So this is gonna be a great marketing. All right. Let's see. All right. So. Okay. And of course, we'll run through it, and then we can always do it again too, and I'm thinking I'll do a Facebook Live.
Oh, we're doing that? Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying it's the process, and even if it's like,
Okay.
Because it's so cool. But I won't tag you on it though, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So it'll just be like me and my people, you know what I'm saying, and everything. So yeah, really raw,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Pressure's on.
Yeah, but no worries. We'll, be able to.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. No, I was looking. Okay, wait, I gotta turn it around. Okay.
With the screen.
Yeah, the screen. Let's see. Is it?
Maybe.
Okay, well, should it be the long? Maybe it should be the. Wait, let me flip the screen.
Maybe against my bottle. So if you put
Oh,
right
I see.
Here, maybe.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Yeah. That's
okay,
cool.
So how's this gonna work? So you're gonna introduce me in the video?
Yeah. So we got 2 videos rolling. Okay. So so I'll introduce you. To introduce you as like a new speaker, new motivational speaker with with Claysmile Entertainment, and how and how we're working on your first presentation, and here's like a little bit of a preview, like a little short preview of the content that we're working on, and then you kind of will just go into it, and say, hey, my name is blah blah, all that. So, all right, let's see. So, hey guys, what's happening? I'm here. I'm very excited. So a while back, through Facebook, I met a young lady who is a professional model. And what really attracted me to her was her motivational Facebook posts. So she works as a professional model, and she like documents her journey and everything, and it was her messages just really resonated with me. And so I reached out to her and I told her about my motivational speaking company and what we do and everything. And so I invited her to join my company as a motivational speaker, and she accepted. And so even though, she's not, right now she's not really thinking that, she's not really anticipating it to become like a full, she's not really expecting to become a full-time motivational speaker, because she's a full-time model. But however, she is open, and I think that once she gets into it and really sees the response from the kids, I think that this is going to open up for her a whole new career to add to her modeling career, So I'm gonna let her introduce herself and everything, and she's gonna even just go through some material, some content that she's working on, to kind of give you a preview of some of the material that she's working on. It's really good, and I know you're gonna really love this. And so please let us know what really resonated with you as you listen to Andrea's speech. All right.
Thank you, Lance, for that introduction. My name is Andrea Ventura, and I am originally from El Salvador. I moved here to the US when I was just turning 18. And about 6 years ago, I began modeling. And it has been a crazy journey. I've modeled for brands like Ulta Beauty, GNC, I walked New York Fashion Week, I was on set with my favorite Latino artist, J Balvin, for a T-Mobile commercial. I've traveled to New York, Ohio, LA, Pittsburgh, Richmond, Virginia, everything for modeling, and I'm literally living my dream. I cannot believe that I'm doing what I'm doing right now, being somebody that came from a third world country. But despite what you might think, the modeling life is not as glamorous as it shows on social media and on the magazines and on TV. It's a very, very hard professional work that takes a lot of mental strength. So I definitely have battled with a lot of things in my journey, and I'm gonna open to you guys about a few of the things that I battled with, and one of them will be insecurities. And would be insecurities about my physical appearance. And I know as a woman, and also men too, battle with this too, is comparing themselves to other people, especially other people that they see on social media. So for me, it would be like I was applying to so many modeling agencies, trying to break into the industry, and I was seeing all these models, and I was seeing their height and their weight, and their measurements and how small their waists were and like how small their hips were, and I didn't look like that. So I felt that I wasn't worthy of modeling, and I felt completely ashamed to a point of what I looked like, and I was even crying over my body, and it was in a very, very bad place that I was in. And gladly, even though I felt all of those things, I still kept pursuing my dream, and I realized that what I looked like didn't matter that much. It was mostly my work ethic and if I had the talent. So thankfully, you know, I have overcome a good amount of my insecurities and my issues and my negative thinking, and I'm going to like a better place in my mind, and I'm teaching other girls to not put all of their worth in their physical appearance, because it's not where it is. It's more on who you are as a person. Another thing that I battle with being a model is stress, because it's not a regular 9-to-5 job. Your income is not set. You don't have a salary. You don't know what you're doing every single week. Like literally, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow and what I'm doing next week. So that type of work, it did bring a lot of stress in my life, because I graduated college in 2017. I decided to do full-time modeling, and I didn't know what to do, how to book work, how to make a sustainable income. So I did deal with a lot of stress. I did deal with a lot of pressure of not letting my parents down, because I wasn't making as much money I would have made if I pursue a 9-to-5 job, which is something that I didn't want to do. But I persisted and I persisted, I researched and I talked to people, and I applied to a lot of agencies, and I applied to a lot of jobs, and now, you know, I have making a sustainable income. You know, I can pay for the majority of my things. The only thing that I don't pay is rent. I'm being real with you guys. You know, I don't pay rent because I still live with my dad. But other than that, you know, I'm pretty mostly independent with everything else. You know, my car, my insurance, my food, my traveling, everything is on me. So it really feels great that even though I struggle so much figuring this out, then you realize that if you put in the work, you'll make it. It just takes time. So you have to be patient. And the other thing that I deal a lot, and I deal with it every single day, and I don't know if you guys are already dealing with it now, maybe with boys and girls, you know, is rejection. And I get rejected literally every single day. Every single day I'm told that I'm not good enough. I'm told that I don't fit the requirement. I'm told that I'm too short. You guys right now watching this video, you might not be able to tell, but I'm 5'3", and that's not the standard height of a model. A model is usually around 5'9". So I battle with a lot of rejection, being treated differently because I'm shorter. If you're tall and you go into an agency, they usually love you and they want to sign you, and they give you all these things for free, your portfolio, your comp cards, which are like business cards for models. But if you're short, they don't listen to you, they don't really care about you, they make you pay for all the portfolio work, they make you pay for your comp cards. You really have to hustle if you are short. So I am dealing with all this rejection, but at the same time, I know that height is not going to be something that's going to keep me away from pursuing my dreams. I know that I can bring beauty standards down, and I know that other women and other girls that are around my height can also model too. So if you want to model and you think you're too short, don't listen to people that tell you that you're right in that sense. But listen to your passion, listen to your talent. Because if you do have the talent, height doesn't matter. If you have a gap on your teeth, it doesn't matter. If your skin's not perfect, it doesn't matter. If you have curly hair instead of straight hair, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what you look like, as long as you have the talent, the passion, and you work hard for it. So I told you a few things about how, you know, the things that I've dealt with and the problems that I've dealt with. So I want to give you guys 3 major things that have helped me get where I want to get, that have helped me get signed to a lot of agencies, that have helped me book this thousands of dollar gigs, that have helped me travel, that have helped me made it to New York Fashion Week twice already. So one of the things is that comparison is the thief of joy. is you scroll on social media and you're constantly comparing your body to another girl's body. It's gonna tear you down. You're gonna lose every single time because you're not that person, and you're not meant to be that person, and you're not meant to have that measurement or that height or that skin color. You are you and they are them. Nobody can be you better than yourself. So if you are having these issues that you're comparing your body type or your success or where your friend is at right now, unfollow that person and follow somebody else that makes you feel good about your body. If you're curvy, follow curvy girls that make you feel good about yourself. If you're thinner, on the slimmer side, follow girls that are slimmer. Like whatever makes you feel good about yourself, you have to take care of your mental health, and you have to follow people that make you feel good about yourself. If you're following people that are doing the opposite, unfollow them. I 100% guarantee you're going to feel so much better about yourself and about your life if you do that. The other thing that has helped me so much is realizing that it's a numbers game. When you're in school, when you're in high school, you don't realize this. You just have to finish a test and you'll get that grade and you'll move up to the next grade, and that's how it is. It's not like you're trying different classes and then if you get the right class, then you're gonna move up to the next grade. But life works that way. You have to apply to a ton of jobs. You have to apply, in my case, to a ton of agencies. And you will apply to 100 times and get maybe like 5 agencies. And I'm not exaggerating numbers. This is real life. I've applied to over 100 agencies to get about 7 that I have right now. So it is a numbers game. So don't feel bad that if you apply to a project and you did not get it, because you don't suck. Okay, it's not you. It was not meant for you at that moment. But it doesn't like that small failure that you might have in that moment. Maybe you wrote an essay to get accepted to college and you got rejected. That doesn't mean anything. You should not take it personal. Apply somewhere else and another college is gonna want you, or another type of job is gonna want you. But it's a numbers game and it happens all the time. I get rejected like literally every single day. Like, I'm not exaggerating. The year has 365 days. Pretty sure I get rejected every single day.
Wow.
And the other thing is that even when you think you can't, you should still try. Because in your mind, you think that you're not capable of doing things. You think that you're not good enough to do things. Right now here, I don't think I'm great at public speaking, but here I am, guys, talking to you. And it's because we are harsh on ourselves. I'm very, very harsh on myself. I was harsh on myself for my appearance, and even though I shouldn't have been, and I'm harsh on myself for my shortcomings. But then I realized that it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's my casting director, the person, the client, the brand that's gonna see me, is gonna say the final word of yes, she's great for this job, or no, we're gonna go with somebody else. But it's not me. I shouldn't be saying that answer for them. I should just go in, try, do my best, and then they are gonna have the answer. But you should never not try something because in your mind you think that you cannot do it, because you are wrong for not trying. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that you enjoy my video. I hope that I can be relatable to you to some extent. Seriously, like, people's life are not perfect. My life is not perfect. Everybody goes through things. Even the prettiest girl in school is going through something. Even the coolest kid on your classroom is going through something. So don't compare your life to that person, because everybody's going through something. And you're special, you're talented, and don't think that you can't do things, because pretty sure you can.
Awesome. Wow. This is powerful. This is so powerful. This is our first time. This is the first time we did the Facebook Live even. And so very impressive. And I'm so excited. And guys, these are powerful points. Number 1, comparison is the thief of joy. Number 2, it's a numbers game. And number 3, even if you think you can't, you should still try. This is so powerful. And I'm so excited and looking forward to your actual presentation that you're going to be doing it to schools, because I know they're going to love you and you're going to make a huge difference. So that's awesome, guys. Thank you for watching. All right, we'll be back soon. Yes, awesome. Wow, I'm very impressed.
Oh, really?
It's like, yeah. So you don't have any public speaking experience? Like, I guess for school? You took a class in school?
But
wow.
yeah, I don't.
That is amazing.
I don't think I was the greatest at that class.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. That is great. That is great. So how do you feel?
I think it went great.
You felt you were like really comfortable and like confident and everything. Were you nervous? Were you feeling nervous?
No. I mean, I was nervous like right before I started, but when it started flowing.
Yeah, you got into your groove. Like I felt like you got into your groove. Yeah.
I was trying to keep like a linear but I didn't know how to like do the transition. So
right.
That's the only thing. Yeah. But I mean, if you liked it, I think it was fine.
Absolutely. So this is a great foundation now. You know, I think the hardest part is over now. You know, like you have the foundation, and now from here it's just all about, you know, expanding it and tweaking it and stuff. You know, and of course, like, you know, kind of like memorizing it. And I mean, in a way, even when you go out for your first presentation, you probably don't even need to have it memorized, as long as you just have your outline memorized. You know, and even in the presentation, you can have notes with you. You know, and your talking points and stuff. Yeah. So this is good. This is good. So we got this video done. I'm sure that it's going to be easy for me to book you on you know, speaking in gigs, you know. So the next thing coming up, because we're now in the spring semester obviously is dying down right now, right? So in the public schools they get out like in mid-June, but then summer school, and that's awesome. Because they even have a lot of flexibility in terms of like when you want to come in, you know, during the day. So we'll book that. Now, of course, your first presentation would be unpaid, right? But once you do that first presentation, then it's like, you know, and we get the feedback, and I'm sure it's going to be great, right? And everything, because even this Facebook Live was great. So then I guarantee you'll start getting paid. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. So cool, really cool, really cool. So now the next step for you though is to kind of like, I guess maybe take the script and really like, you know, hone it kind of, and then also get the timing. So the question too, you want to figure out how much time do you want to have. So like when we're during the regular school semester, it's 45-minute periods, right? And so that's the maximum that you can have. And usually, I mean, speakers will come in and take up the whole time. No, take up the whole time. Maybe do 30 minutes, but then have like a question and answer, or even have them like time for the kids to do a written feedback, which is very useful for us, you know, if you allow time for them to write to you, which also is going to be very fulfilling for you as well. But in terms of summer school though, they're there for like 3-4 hours or whatever. And so you could have up to like an hour even. I mean, of course, technically you could even have more, but just in terms of like attention span, you know, teenagers, you don't want to go past that anymore. Yeah. But here's the thing though, on the other end though, you could even make it even short. Like if you feel like you don't want to even speak for too long, you can even make it shorter or whatever, you know? But so it's totally up to you how you want to do it. Maybe we should like set the standard, like pretend as though it's a 45-minute class, because in the fall, when you get opportunities in the fall to speak, you're going to be confined to that 45-minute, you know, and everything. So, but I mean, I don't know, you might feel like you might want to just come in and just speak for a few minutes because you feel like maybe, you know, I don't know. So it's it's however you want to like do it. Really no idea. Okay, that's fine. We'll just kind of.
I have no idea. I mean, I really do like answering questions. Okay. But I really don't like. I have no idea how they're gonna react. Like I don't know if they're gonna.
I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of questions for you because your job is so glamorous. Like you know?
I mean, I don't know. Like I hope so.
Right. Yeah. You never know. I
have no idea if they're gonna like. I don't know. I've never done it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm just trying to think. What should be our target to start with? Maybe we should target it to be like 20 minutes, I feel. Okay. And also too, I'm thinking about your time though too, right? Because you're busy doing other stuff and everything, and so like I don't want to put too much on you and then we drag it on and it takes you a while to get ready, you know? So I mean like, so maybe even if it's Maybe, how about this? If it's somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes of speaking, and then, yeah, we open it up for like question and answer, and also open it up for allowing them time to do feedback, like written feedback. So, yeah, so 15 to 20 minutes or so. Yeah. So we would want, and I'm thinking that, now, are you a type of person that you would love to like write it out just so that you kind of think through your thought process, even though you won't try to memorize it, of course, but at least do you want to try to write out a draft of your script so that you can just like think through it?
It will be, the script will be an extension of this?
Exactly.
Or be like another...
Unless you wanted to make any changes, but I felt like for the video you did, the flow, I felt like that was a really good flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I might
try to write it out.
Yeah.
And then even maybe use a lot of this same material again, right? You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like just writing it out, like I'll really think about what I actually do want to like say. Not maybe, like you said, not memorize it, but be aware of this is what I want to tell the kids. But yeah, I can work on that.